And we are live. What's going on, art enthusiasts and change makers? This is another episode of Art for Change podcast. Today is Therapeutic Thursday, and I am your host, Mr. Sapiosexual, and my co-host in the building back. What's up, player?
Hey, you already know it's your boy BU. I'm back. I'm back. Had a little hiatus, but I'm back. Let's get it. We ready.
What's happening? What's happening, man? Hatter Marshall.
What's going on?
What's going on? What's going on? Montana Cobain.
Yeah.
What's happening, fellas? Y'all doing all right? Y'all doing all right?
Yeah,
Yes.
better. Back to back to regular. Everything's better. Everything's good. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm excited about our guest tonight, man. I had a conversation with him. Really good fella, man, from East St. Louis. My man E-Man is gonna be kicking it with us tonight. What's up, E?
What's going on? What's going on, guys? But let me correct you because people always say that. I make sure I tell them Illinois because people would say I'm perpetrating and saying I'm from St. Louis. So I tell them Illinois for a reason.
Okay, let them know. Let them know, E.
But thank
What's
you. How
happening?
y'all
What's
doing?
happening? Hey, man, we good. We good. Really good. How about yourself?
I'm well, live and well. Blessed to be here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you for your time. You are Mad Hatter Marshall's guest tonight, so we're gonna let Mad Hatter kick it off, man.
All right, man. How you been, man?
I'm good, brother. How have you been?
Good. So let's get into your background for the people. What led you to the Navy? What led you to that road?
Well, okay. So I'm gonna tell you, I did not want to go into the military. I ain't gonna say I didn't. I just had no plans on it. So I ran track through high school, and I was doing great. Everybody was telling me I got, talent. I could go to the next level. I ain't getting to all the accolades and what I did. I don't want to pat myself on the back type deal. But I had a promising scholarship to Hampton, but my grades was bad. And so I had to go to this JUCO college named Ren Lake. I call it Redneck Lake because that's just what it is if you get my drill. So I ended up doing a year there, didn't like it, got out, went back home to my high school sweetheart. And I was working at Cracker Barrel, and I was just sick of that. And so I seen something, I don't really remember, and it said Navy. So off the whim, I just called it up, a recruiter, and pretty much that's how I got into the military. Just off the whim, seeing something and dialing up the number.
So what made you go your job? Did you pick your job, or did you just assign it to you? What led you to go? What was your career like?
I wasn't that smart, man. I was one of them test scores where, we can get you in here, but you can't do what you wanted to do. Because I wanted to be a mechanic. So my score was so low, they said, yeah, whatever. We're gonna make you an ABH. You're gonna chalk and chain and tie down planes and shit. So that's how I ended up getting my job.
I had the similar story. The recruiter told me if you score high in this section, and this section, you can basically have whatever you want. They said okay. They were like, I went to MEPS. They go, all right, what job do you want? I said, I don't want to go on anything nuclear. I don't want to be on a sub. What do? They're like, okay, you're going to be in the ABH, and we're going to put you on a nuclear carrier because I thought the only thing nuclear the Navy had was submarines.
Yeah, they lie to you. They play with you. You don't know what's going on.
All right. How did your time in the Navy choose your life choices after the Navy?
Well, in the military, I wasn't that bad of an adolescent, but it did give me discipline. I was a stingy person, but I never knew how to deal with my money. So it taught me how to save, hell, even down to the point where it programmed me that, outside of the military, just the small things of brushing your teeth, you put all that toothpaste on there and you only need a pea size, they show you. So I do that, managing my money, the respect. I had I was yes sir, no sir growing up. My dad was a pastor, but that just kind of like made me more respectful person. Putting more of a handle on people's name and treating them, what I'm saying, with respect and dignity and never looking down on no one. The military taught me how to present myself. I was more vocal in front of people. I wasn't shy, but I didn't like to talk in front of crowds, and I didn't know how. So I learned all that in the military. So it pretty much structured me into being a man.
So, what was your career after you got out?
I was bouncing around. When I got out, I worked at gas stations, Walmart, shoe stores. What else I do? I was a security. I worked for a security firm. I ended up working as a correction officer, and now I'm a supervisor at UPS.
You said you were a correction officer. You
Yes.
said you had a couple of issues going on with that. Anything you'd like to tell us about that?
Well, yeah. So starting off, I tried to be a police officer. Never went to the academy, and then I just, they ended up giving me a job as a correction officer, and that's when I left my shoe company deal. Working at the shoe store or whatever. I like working the shoe store, but ended up being a correction officer. So it was hard-ish work, dealing with inmates, dealing with people in the city. They're always mad. And I used to tell them, you're not mad at me, you mad at the badge. I was pretty much what they call the cool correction officer, to the point where I was cool, but when it was time to be a correction officer, I was. I got into maybe 4 fights in there, all W's. By the way, I didn't take no L's. Just want to make that clear. Now you Marshall seen me, but I'm 5'2", and I would tell him before we do it, because it would always progress. It wasn't never just you see me and start swinging. I'll say, listen, you're going to have to explain to whoever you're going to go back talk to how you got beat up by a 5'2" guy. So let's just go ahead and do what we need to do. Give me your shoes and stuff. We go sign this. I'm just here to babysit you, all that, And it would always, those 4 times just progress. I even had a dude piss on me, So yeah, correction job is like the bottom of the barrel, So I ended up getting in some trouble. So it was one day I was working with my partner, and we was the only 2 black dudes in the building, and it was this girl in there. She was a prostitute. She was in there for something else or whatever, and she called us. She liked me. She slid me her number. Now, mind you, I'm married. So long story short, to kind of like shorten that in, I ended up cheating on my wife with this girl. We developed some side chick, side dude relationship or whatever, while she was still prostituting, whatever. I would drop off some money, tricking. I ain't gonna sugarcoat it. I was tricking. And so this lasted for a while. And she got arrested a few more times. At this time, when this incident had happened, I had went to the academy. I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and do the police thing. It was more money. So I mean, being a police officer was never my lifelong dream or nothing. It was just a job, but I still treated people with respect and dignity. Like I said, in the jail, I would bring them coffee, food from home to give them after hours. I let them out the cell to clean, and I even bought them pizzas a few times with my money. That's the kind of stuff I would do, So anyway, back to this situation with this girl. She came back in. I was in the academy, and I was still working the jail. And one night she got arrested, and she was in there for a while. It wasn't no in and out like she normally do, 3 days and nothing like that. No, it was gonna be a while. She had too many tickets, and she didn't have the money to bond out. So, mind you, we still doing our thing, you know, outside of this. And so, like I said, that night, she was begging me to let her out, call the judge. Man, it's 2, 3 in the morning. I'm not waking no judge up at 2, 3 in the morning. Hell, I don't want to call him when I'm supposed to call him, because judges are mean. If you ain't never ran into no judge, I don't care what you see on TV with these so-called nice judges, they all mean. They all mean. They talk to you like you shouldn't even be talking to them. Like, why are you talking to them? So I wasn't gonna do that. So she was like, this other correction officer did it for her, and I was like, well, I can't do that, because I just wasn't gonna do it. So, well, she asked me, can I get her some food? I went to the back to get her some food, brought it in there to her, you know, and so she was like, asked me, you know, let's have some sex so she can calm down type deal. I said, okay. But I said, okay. And she was like, go get me a blanket. So I said, okay, let me go get a condom. I had a condom in my locker, her condoms. You know, now let me stop there. I had condoms in my locker, right? I was in the academy. So this dude told me this story, because we was getting ready to get maced. And I don't know how true it is. Maybe some of y'all say, oh yeah, it's happened. Or some of y'all say it never happened to me. He say when you get maced, the reflash, when you take a shower, it runs down to your genital areas. I was like, man, I don't want to burn. He's like, well, use a condom. Now we finna get maced the next day. The next day, I had to get off work in the morning, go to school, and get maced. So I had some condoms. I was like, okay. He said put condoms. He probably was fucking with me. I don't know. He probably was fucking with me. You know, in the shower with the condom. What's up, Marshall?
That's actually a true story. I know some people that after you got maced in basic and everything, that because they didn't rinse out their eyes good enough with Johnson and Johnson's baby shampoo or milk or enough flushing of the eyes with water, when they hopped in the shower, all you heard was screaming.
Okay, so he wasn't fucking with me. So I was ready. So I beeline to the back and I go get my condom. I had one. So it was like, okay. Now I get back there with the blanket and everything, ready to do this. It was cold, never done it before, so you know where I'm going. I was nervous. I couldn't get erect. And I said, well, I told her, I said, hey, I can't get erect. You know what I'm saying? You got to give me some head. She was like, nah. So I was like, all right, cool, whatever. Then as I turn around, she's like, come on. So she dropped to her knees. Now I'm being descriptive because I have to, and I'll tell you why later. So she dropped to her knees, gave me some head. I put the condom on. She pulled her pants off, laid down. We had sex. Now, she started asking me, I guess she thought that after that, I would be like, okay, I can get you out. Because she asked me, I said, I can't. I just can't. She wanted me to literally just let her out. I was like, that ain't going to work. I can't do it. Now, if she was smart enough, she literally had me by the balls. She could have said, well, you bond me out. I ain't had no choice at that point. I would have had to bond out, or she was going, you know. Yeah. But she was on drugs, and if you don't know, you can get drugs in jail quicker than you can get them on the street. You know, people was in there on smoking weed and all kind of shit. So
facts.
She ended up waiting till I get off work. And this was on the next day was Veterans Day. I remember this like it was just day because I was out eating with my family. And they called me in, asked me, they tricked me in, told me, hey, we need you to work this shift, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, because I was a do boy. They asked me to work, I'm jumping, I'm going. I was a do boy. They worked the hell out of me. So I jumped up, stops my dinner, tell my wife we got to go. I got to work. I get there, go to my locker, it got a lock on it. They come out. So, they take me to the room, ask me, do I know her? I was like, yeah. And asked me, have I had sex with her? So my first initial, I lied. I said no. And said, well, this girl saying you raped her. Hold up. Now, I didn't rape her. We had sex, but I didn't rape her. So I confessed right there. So I was like, damn, this is crazy. I'm getting here and everything started snowballing. I didn't confess, and they brought the detective in, and he did his job, asked me the questions, what happened. I told him, what really happened, and because she screamed rape because I didn't let her out, point blank, period. So they arrest me. I had a bond. My wife not knowing what's going on because one of my friends that was a police officer called her, and she like can't get hold of him. And he was asking, say, I don't know what's going on with your marriage. This is what she told me. And he was saying, I don't know what's going on in your marriage, but he couldn't tell us, what was going on. Finally, the next morning she got a call and they told her. Now, mind you, I'm in this cell going ape shit nuts. This is the dumb shit I said, knowing damn well. I asked the text, say, are y'all gonna tell my wife? He say, what do you think? I said, shit. I wasn't worried about being in jail. I was more worried about my wife knowing. I was scared as shit. So they throw me in this, what they call a special cell. It's solitary, but whatever. And I'm in there, I'm just hurt. And I remember what I said. I was like, I just started praying. I thought I said, everybody find God in prison or in jail. And I thought to myself, I said, all right, God, you got me. I've been playing with you. You got me. Because I was a go to church holy roller. It was crazy. I was just, out of there. How did I feel knowing your wife was gonna find out? Scared. Heart literally was jumping out my chest walking across the room. Listen, I don't know if I guess being single with, just a girlfriend, something you can walk away from and you don't lose nothing. It's different from being married and trying to walk away and getting cut off. I didn't want to lose my family. My daughter was real young. I had 3 other, step kids, that I raised like my own. I normally don't tell people I got step kids, but I got to elaborate, that type of deal, what I'm saying, when I'm telling the story. So it was just very hard for me. I mean, shit, I was broken knowing I was going to tell my wife this, how she had to find out already, And so anyway, I was in the cell, they told my wife, oh, I had $1,000 bond. I think it was like 100,000, but 10% or whatever. It was 10% of whatever that ended up being 1,000. So I used to bank money. Like I said, I banked money, and I had it. It went from the working at the job. Like I told you, I was stingy. I learned how to save money, so I was saving all this money. So I had the money, and they was like, some of the correction officers didn't think I had the money, when I finally made bond and they walked me out. I had bought this, the 2017 all black Ram, blacked out, nice, killing them. I'm pulling up to work. They're like, damn, where are he getting his money from? So as they walked me out, I'll never forget this one man said, "You gonna have to sell your truck, ain't you?" I looked back at him. I said, "Nah, I ain't gonna have to sell it. I ain't gonna have to sell it. I'll be okay." Because I knew in my heart I was gonna be okay as far as that. I had the money stowed away. But I learned that a lot of those guys was jealous of me. I was excelling. I was in the, like I said, I was in the academy, and I'll tell you this, you know, probably some of you guys didn't want to ask. In the academy, I already told you my score in the military wasn't high, but I was like a C student in the academy. Grades weren't high, maybe a like low B minus. But when it came to anything physical, I was that dude. I broke the two course records while I was in there. Now, if they got them up still, I don't know. Hell, after what happened, they probably took them down. We got in what we call like it was when we took jiu-jitsu, it was this thing where you had 3 lines. You got 2 people in the ring here, 2 here, 2 here, and you got a line of people behind them. I just try and imagine it like a little mini Royal Rumble. And when they say go, everybody's fighting. You either got to tap out or get knocked out. I'm gonna tell you, no one got knocked out. Everybody tapping out. Everybody. So the first time we did, I got third, and I was like, "Fuck, let these motherfuckers beat me." Second time we done it, I won. And I'm gonna tell you guys, when I started making this money and doing all this shit, I got a big head. Oh, I was the shit because nobody tell me nothing. I came in the next day I went to Walmart that night, bought me a WWE belt. I came in the next day with that belt wrapped over my shoulder like I just won. Like I just whooped Triple H or some shit. So I get it why a lot of people was like thinking I'm arrogant, jealous, and they were jealous of me and they wanted me to fail. Because I did put a little fuel on that fire sometimes, you know. I was just proud. So anyway, back to this jail story with the chick. I get bonded out. I beeline home. Took off. Skid marks out the parking lot. I get home. My wife wasn't in there. She still at the station. I didn't even wait for her. I grabbed my gun. My life's over. Ain't nothing I can do. It's over. I put the gun to my head. My wife breaks down the bathroom door. She's crying. Don't do it. You know, whatever. I look in her eyes and I was just like, I got to. I failed you. I failed so many people. So many people had like high hopes for me. You know, I inspired a lot of people. They would tell me, you know, I had people who get out of jail and would tell me I inspired them, I helped them out. You know, it was a lot of things I did in that jail that no one knew or no one would even speak of if they saw it. You know, right. I was known as the good guy, but here I am doing something bad. You know, it's this saying, and I think it came from Flash because I remember putting Flash symbol on my watch, watch, whatever. And it basically was saying, do good while no one is watching. And that always stuck with me. And I was living by that motto until I started fucking up. So my wife took the gun. Later on that night, I was leaving the house. And I got on the phone and called my police officer friend. And I just told him, man, thanks for everything. Because I knew he was going to have to distance himself from me. And I said some things and it sounded like I'm finna kill myself. And before I can get out the door, the police was at my door. And I'm like, damn, they finna lock me up again. So he just, you know, the other guy was okay. And he just pretty much took me out the car, told me about suicide, don't do it, it ain't worth it, just, you know. And that's pretty much where it stopped. I'm gonna let you ask me other questions and I might be able to roll into it.
You're on mute, Marshall.
Mister, you want to put some of the questions up from the comments?
Yeah, I think he answered
Yeah, he answered them.
I answered one. Let me see. The movie.
I think she was just talking. That was the only like real question.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay.
All right. All right. B, you want to go next? You want to ask some questions?
Yes. First of all, you're 5'2".
Yeah, five, 2 3/4. I gotta have all of it, man.
He said, "Give me that
Hey,
horse too, bro."
that's why your beard looks so big. Cause I'm like, yo, how long did this nigga grow his
Oh,
beard out?
don't get it twisted. The beard is majestically long. I mean, I get compliments wherever I go. I put a little effort into this. It's got some length on it. It's almost tall as me.
Hey, cause it looked like you got a little Kimbo slice in you. I'm like, oh, this is
I get
like
that a
Kimbo a
lot.
little bit.
James
Kimbo,
Harden.
James Harden. So dang, I wouldn't be able to tell. Hey, damn, I wouldn't be able to tell you're 5'2". But all right, yeah, not at all. Like, yo, that's crazy. So, with that being said, your transition after that, like, how did y'all move on from that situation?
Me and my wife,
Yes.
man, look, it time therapy, self-reflecting. You, I learned. I would say I'm gonna do right for you. Nah, I had to do right for me in order for me to do her right. So it was one of those things where I had to change me, because I was still getting tested. I still had women trying to talk to me at my new job, and I was getting too close,
Yeah.
So by nature, I'm an Aries. I like signs. By nature, I'm flirtation. This is what I do, but it gets me in trouble. So I had to shut all that down. It's hard to this day because I have female friends ish that my wife know about, but I don't talk to them outside of work like that. Nah, everything is work. So um, it took time, therapy. I went to we went to therapy before then, way back when we was having issues. None of the cheating shit. We were just having problems, and whatever. I never believed in therapy. But when I went and talked to this one therapist, we went and he made sense, gave us assignments, and it actually worked. It worked. We stuck with it for a while, and but that don't mean the problem. I mean, me and my wife beefing didn't stop. Listen, it took us, I want to say about 2 to 3 years to finally move past it, but it took a while. It wasn't no quick fix. It wasn't no I'm sorry, and she forgive me and we're done. I mean, she's strong. She should have left my ass in jail. She could have. She should have, but she didn't. You know, my wife's a strong woman, and I asked her a few times, like, why you didn't just leave me in there? Why you get me out? And she explained to me, the kids, I didn't want to leave you in there. You made a bad choice. Because I used to say I made a mistake. A mistake is not knowing when you don't know what you're doing and you accidentally. It's like when you was a child doing your
Yeah.
multiplications and someone go, what's 3 times 3? And you say 6. You didn't
Yeah.
know. That's a mistake. A choice is something you make. I could have said no. I could have left it alone, but I made the choice to do wrong. So my wife, she stuck by me. She actually helped me through it a lot too. Day in, day out, she had to show up to court, be strong, be a character witness on my behalf. I got an autistic son, and that was one thing. I'm in his life and I'm there for him. So that would have been a big deal for him, me being out his life. I've been with him since he was like 2 or 3.
Mm-hmm.
Raised. So that was a big thing. It was a lot of reasons why she decided not to leave me. outside of her still loving me, because it takes more than love to hold a relationship. You still love somebody and not be with them.
Yes.
That's that, and hopefully that answered your question.
Yeah. How? Okay. With that being said, as you say, she stayed by your side. How was the legal process? Like, how is that? Like, how? And then how long did it take? Like, was it quick and over with, one court date, or like?
No, listen, I am in one of it ain't the racist, but it's up there. I
Yes.
had a white judge. So I'll tell you this: when we was doing jury selection, it was two black people there.
Mm.
Okay, if I can get two of them on there, I got a chance. One black dude was sitting there with his arms folded asleep. The other girl was ducking down. I'm like, damn, they really don't want this jury duty. So I had already prayed. I was going to be like, hey, call them. I don't care. But I remember this one white lady stood up and she said, because they asked, they can ask questions like, well, it's only 13% of them. They commit 82% of the crimes. I said, oh my God. Oh my God. I said, what I thought came true. Racism came clean out. Didn't take long. The legal process is started in 2017, didn't wrap up till 2019. I had to,
Damn.
yeah, I had to go to court every month. Every month. Don't ask me what for. Every month. And every month I had to go to court. Now I got a lawyer. I have to pay him every month. So I was at my last court date. And the judge was like, do you want, no, it was the one before my last. She was like, do you want to come? Do you feel you need to come back for your last court date? Like I said, it was just there for appearance, wasn't nothing. The trial didn't even start. I was like, no, ma'am. She said, well, you coming back? I said, the fuck? I was like, listen, I knew then. I say, my black ass is gone. I'm gone. So here I am thinking, now this what gave me a little bit more hope. I would see people come up in there, the judge, you got traffic people with their traffic tickets, that ain't nothing. I remember two instances. It was this one white dude. He was on parole. Parole now. He just got out of prison not too long ago. This dude shot at the cops, got caught with drugs, and abused his girlfriend. I'm like, oh, she finna send his motherfucking ass back to prison. He had a what do you call those? One of those, the lawyers that you can't pay.
A public defender. Yeah.
Public defender. That public defender said he's sorry for what he did. He didn't know he was on drugs. That judge said, okay, you do something else, I'm gonna have to lock you up. I said, oh, hell yeah. Oof. Caught him on a good day, guys. I'm out of here. Woo. Now, mind you, they have to read out all your allegations.
Your charges. Yeah.
With everybody in the room. So everybody in there knew what I was in there for and that I was a correction officer that did this. I go up there. That was the walk of shame. Them steps seemed like that hallway was like the longest mile. And it was something else happened. No, it was this dude popped on a piss test. And she let him go. I was like, damn, I'm good. So I walk up there for my shit. Okay, it's my turn. She gonna give me a slap on the wrist, whatever. Nah. I disgusted her. I was less than nothing. and she had a couple of choice words for me. I had to sit there and eat that shit. You ever let somebody just talk so bad to you in front of somebody and couldn't say nothing back?
You gotta keep your
outside of your
composure.
parents. I just was broken. I was hurt. I couldn't do nothing. Hands was tied. Mouth was just sewn shut. So I walked back, leaving the courtroom. Some old white lady walks out behind me, hit my heel, and I'm like, I look back. She said, "Get the fuck out of the way, you piece of shit. You deserve to die."
Whoa.
I look back and said, "Bitch, you don't know what I'm going through. You don't know the story. All you know is a black guy raped a white woman. That's what's being told to y'all." Because at the time, they were still hollering rape. You know, and I'll tell you what happened with that. They hollering rape. But it was a long process, and it was grueling. I'd have rather just had to go straight to jail, do my time, and get the fuck out. Going through this process was crazy. It was. I don't wish this on nobody. It was that bad.
Okay, so with us being, because you was in the military, and you know we was all, well, me, you, and Marshall in the military.
Mm-hmm.
How did that affect your mental health? Like, did you go through like withdrawals after that? Like, what did you go through after that? Like,
Dude,
depression.
the depression was real.
Yeah.
I don't know how long it was, but every night, I would wake up in sweats, like to the point where I had to go to sleep with towels. I was sweating. I gained weight. I went from 145 to like 190. When I hit trial, I was like 190 during trial. You know, because I remember him saying something. He looked back and say, "Look at him, you know, he gained weight, woo woo." But
yeah,
I couldn't. I just thought I was the worst piece of shit, dude. I would be just fine, like talking to y'all right now, and I would break out and start crying.
Oh, I do that all the time. I do it.
It's something even still to this day I cannot not think of.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I've learned to, I ain't gonna say really deal with it, to combat it, you know, try and think of something else, do something else. I just always think somebody knows, you know, they don't understand and they gonna just judge me off of it. You know, if I tell somebody, I know they're gonna judge me, you know, think I'm a piece of shit, you know, and believe. Hell, I had a sister that believed I was gonna go to prison. She believed I raped the girl. Known me a whole life. I said, I've never taken a piece of ass from no woman. Never had to. Hell, I said shit. It's been times I've been in some and the girl say no enough or whatever, and I had to pull out and walk over from blue balls. Yeah. I've never had to take it. But you know, I would say I be in my head a lot. I can't be in silence, and I can't be by myself without doing something. You know, and with no one to talk to and understand it and not judge me, I had to keep that in.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so yeah, that's pretty much how the depression worked for me.
Yeah, you're in a safe place right here on this platform, and this is why we do stuff like this as well. And yeah, you're good. Like, when did you realize like I kind of got over it? Because I know nightmares and all that, or like sweaty dreams and stuff. When did you realize, okay, I got over it a little bit at least, or you haven't?
I still haven't. I'm on a registry. I don't get off to 2029. And that's if this white judge allow me, because I can't get in no trouble, right?
Mm-hmm.
I can't even get a speeding ticket. And like I told myself, I ain't getting no trouble with the law before this. This is gonna be easy. But it's not easy. It's very difficult when you got people testing you. You know, you don't want to I got in a fight with my daughter's baby daddy. That could have been my strike. That could have been it. Because if I'm good, I get off in 10 years. If I fuck up, it's 15. I got to do the whole 15.
Yeah.
But I have to go register in Kansas and Missouri because I got a job in Kansas. So Kansas, that's every 3 months and $20. Missouri is annually. I don't got to pay, but it's annually. The one in Kansas is a bitch. I got to drive 45 minutes out just to go and say, hey, I'm here. Here's $20.
Yeah.
Like I just went, what was it? Monday, Tuesday? Shit, I go there and do my job. And like I say, I got to bite my tongue. Can't say shit. I had a hat on and a bandana because I be doing walks in the morning, And he was like, ain't your head hot? Nah, keeps me cool, actually. He like, give him my money, say, well, I'll see you in October, sir. Like,
Real simple.
Like,
All right, last question for me. You have a white lady, and then you don't receive the privileges that she receives, pretty much.
right.
How do you feel about that? Like, because it's supposed to coincide, supposed to, but and then she
Shit.
there by your side the whole time.
Oh man, shit. I feel just like I feel like racism is kicking my ass. I know they hated that I got a white woman. I know they fucking hate it. I feel like every time I go somewhere with her, they judging us. Cause they are.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they treat me lesser than a human being, but they'll try and be cordial when I'm with
Because
my
of
wife.
her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they treat her nice. How you doing? What? My wife, I done seen my wife get out a traffic ticket. Me? Hell no. They gonna pull my black ass over. Before I got listen, I drive the speed limit. 2 over. Nothing over that. It's 35. I might be doing 37. Listen, and when I see the police, oh man, my heart go to jumping. I don't even have to do nothing. They fuck with me here and there. They fuck with me, but I feel that it's not right. Me and my wife, we on the same page. My wife hated this just as much as I do, because they do treat me like shit. When we called and we had to call them a couple times, motherfucker walked to the door and was like talking to my wife. Soon as my wife goes in the house, he like, it's always something with you. I'm like, damn. But see, that's what I'm saying. He say that shit when my wife is there. He waited for her to go in the house to say that. So yeah, I
get on
feel
his ass.
Yeah. She could say something. I can't, because I end up in jail just for running my mouth. So how I feel, I feel like this is fucked up. I feel like I can't fight back. I feel like my hands are tied every time something happens. So yeah, I'm be pissed off.
Hey, take care of that woman. That woman, she got your back, and then
ain't nothing like
you
it,
did
bro.
the right thing, and then the best thing you could do is acknowledge that you did wrong.
Oh yeah,
that's the best thing you could do.
I had to.
Yeah. Acknowledge you did wrong, and then keep it moving, and because that lady, hey, she got your back, boy. That's what I see it.
She'll kill me. She'll kill me.
Yeah.
I can't do it again.
Yeah, Montana, what you got?
What's going on? What's going on, my peoples?
What's up?
Man. Listening to your story, man. Ooh, it's a whole lot to process, man.
You get worse.
Hey, man. Look, you know what I'm saying. I mean, this ain't nothing to brag about, but I've been in that position. I've been in front of that judge, and I've been there looking like, man, please just let me go home. You know what I mean? I mean, not to talk about myself, but I
Go
was
ahead.
on I was on state and federal probation at the same time. So I know I know what it's like to be in your shoes and to be in that cell, and it's like, man, I don't want to be here. But I heard you just say that they put you on a registry, and so is it my take that you had to plead out in order to just like let the situation die down? You had to plead guilty.
Shh. No, I went to trial. They
Oh,
found my
oh,
black ass guilty. And so here's the thing, they wanted to give me 35 years. So it was like,
get the fuck out of here.
listen,
Oh,
the
I'm sorry, my
jury.
bad.
No, you're all right, you're right. The jury had a decision between 30 days, because that was the least they can give me, 35 years. I
And they wanted
thank
35.
God they gave me 30 days. 30 days. And I could do them on the weekend so I wouldn't lose my job. Yeah,
Wow,
that was
that's
crazy.
that's
Imagine just sitting there and waiting for them to deliberate to how many
mm,
days or years they're gonna get you. I just told myself I'm gonna have to go in here and be strong. That's 35 years. So
yeah. Oh man, that's a horrible situation to sit here and just listen, man. As I was driving down the road,
God is good. I hate to
I
say it like
I
that, but
mhm.
yeah,
Yeah.
I pray that what I'm saying it all works out for you and that you're able to to clear your name at the end of the day because that's just a horrible situation, man. But so how much time did you actually have to sit behind like okay while you were going to trial and stuff?
I
So
didn't have to sit. I bonded out.
okay, okay, so you
I
bonded
did
out.
one day in jail before that.
That's good. So not to get in your pockets, man,
You all right?
or anything like that, but about how much would you say you had to kick out in lawyer fees?
I can tell you, $40,000.
Woo! Yeah, sound about right. Yeah,
Forty
yeah,
thousand.
sound about right.
Shit, I'm
Sound
still
about
paying
right.
that off.
Yeah, I know it.
Still
I know.
40,000,
40,000.
40,000, they still found you guilty.
Yeah. Yep.
Listen, I'm
Hey,
gonna tell
but
you about
hey,
something.
but 30 days, guy had a ram in the bush.
So
Yes, he
did.
did. Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Listen, I didn't. I got me. I was scared. I was dumb. I'm gonna tell you. This is what I'm saying. I'm never claimed to be a street dude and none of that crap.
Mhm.
Where I messed up was when I confessed to it. I should have
Yeah.
said nothing. I should have
Yep.
said nothing. And where I secondly messed up, I got a DUI lawyer.
Oh shit.
Yeah, a DUI lawyer.
Oh man.
I
So
never let it.
would you say that one of your biggest fears is that once they put you behind them bars, all those other inmates like, oh yeah, you back here with us now. Did you have that fear? Even though I know you knew you was gonna bond out, cause you know what I'm saying, money talk, bullshit walk. So you
Right.
knew you was gonna get out. But did you have that fear like, man, what if it take 2 days and old Smitty from cell block 4, he catch me around here, you know what I'm saying? He might be still mad at me because I made him give up his canteen for a week or whatever. Like, did you have that fear while you was in there?
Nah, these city boys, I wasn't scared of none of them. They were gonna have to bring it. I'm being
I,
real. I
I
mean,
got you.
and for the most part, they was pretty much cool with me as a CO. And I'm talking about genuinely. They
Yeah,
would, they would, they would have get on other inmates' ass for fucking it
for
up when
messing
I
with
was
you.
there. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
So, but
I remember them days.
honestly, I wasn't. Might have been the ignorance in me, but I wasn't worried about that shit. When they told me to do my 30 days, they even like I say, they play games, and he was like, "You want to go to Gen Pop, or we can put you in the cell by yourself." I told him, "You can put me in Gen Pop."
Come on now.
I
Come on
wasn't,
now.
I wasn't trying to be tough, but I'm like, I'm not gonna let y'all see me sweat. Y'all not gonna punk me. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I'm not, because they was playing games. They knew what they was gonna do the whole time.
Mhm.
So they put me in the cell by myself on the weekends. But I wasn't scared of that. Now, if you talking about going to prison, oh yeah, I was scared. When I was talking, they talking about going to prison. I was like, oh yeah, I was scared. I'm like, I'm too little for that. I
Oh
was like, I
yeah,
don't
that's
care. That they if even if I'm bigger than one of them, there's them gangs, them
yeah.
groups. So yeah, I was scared of that. Now I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't care who you are. You scared unless you just a crazy mojo, but hey, prison ain't for me,
Man.
brother.
Nah, it ain't for nobody, man. I mean, I'm a small stature guy myself, so when I heard you start talking about your height and all that stuff, man, I started to relate to you like yin and yang, man. But
Right?
like I just want to commend you for being one of those COs. I like I said, I've never been to prison, but I done some time in the counties.
Mm,
But I want to commend you for being one of those COs who took the time to actually treat the inmates as a individual and not just a fucking number, or you know what I'm saying, or somebody who did something bad, because not all people who are locked up are guilty or
right.
actually did a crime. So I want to, you know what I'm saying, give you a pat on the back for that.
I appreciate it. And I'm being honest. They, like I said, outside of those few knuckleheads I got in a fight with, they wanted me there because I took care of them. Extra
Yeah,
blankets, I
come
got you.
on
But I
now.
tell them, I say they gonna take them from you when I leave the next day.
Yeah.
So just understand they gonna do that. Extra food, I got some from the house. Or I ordered them pizza. That was just me. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? I wasn't wooing them so they wouldn't be mad at me, pissed off. Or I was scared they gonna whoop my ass because I go on the cell by myself. But
Hmm.
I've seen them whoop some of them COs ass. And I
Yeah.
want to know what the mindset. I'm not getting beat up. I seen the CO run out the cell so scared. I was like, shit. I say you just fucked up because now they know you scared. They gonna fuck with you.
Yeah, you can see it in their face. You can see it. They timid. They, you know what I'm saying. They got their hand over everybody's little pepper spray and everything else that
Hmm.
y'all carry in your utility belt.
I didn't carry
But
none. I got in trouble for not carrying my taser. Because I tell people, be kind to these people. I used to tell them, I said, listen, these the same people you gonna run into out on the street. If you come here treating them like shit, when they see you, because they gonna get out.
yes, sir.
When they
Yes,
see
sir.
you, they probably do something to you.
Hmm.
I one ran down on me in Walmart with my wife. He thanked me and everything. Was appreciative. He told my wife how I was as a CO because I thought
Hmm.
he was gonna come do something. Like I said, they be nice in there. I don't know what he gonna be like on the street.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah,
So
thank you.
I know a part of your God damn it, I'm gonna busting my ass. But I know part of your terms and conditions that you can't probably have no contact with that woman. But
One more
to
to you.
your knowledge, did she ever clean herself up? Do you know of that?
Now I'm gonna tell you about my wife. My wife forgiving, but she keep tabs on this lady. Hell no.
Uh, oh man,
Dude, she
wow,
was back out she was on the website prostituting after she got out.
wow.
Yeah.
And you got and they put you on the registry. See, this man. Mm,
I'm tier one. So
yeah.
I mean, it still applies. Can't go in schools and all that shit, but I'm what you call likely to not, offend again. It will be like
Hmm.
someone getting caught. I don't know if y'all seen Horrible Bosses, but it's like the one dude who get caught pissing at a playground.
Yeah.
So even though you know what I'm saying, you ain't touching no kids, raping nobody, that's still a sex offender job. Getting caught having sex in public, you can go on
Hmm.
the registry. Stuff
That's
like
true.
that. So it was that kind of deal.
Anything,
So like,
anything with a decent exposure can get you a
yeah,
Correct.
sex
decent
offender card.
exposure. Yeah, yeah.
It'll get you. It'll get you knocked off. So wow. So the lady ain't clean herself up, and
Mm-mm.
she was right back at it like a crack addict. And
Right.
you had it, man. See,
We screenshotted that shit. Don't worry.
I would have too.
Screen it.
So,
The
so
bitch
if
had the nerve to tell me they asked her, and I'm sorry, I'm getting
now you
upset with
good. Now you
thinking about
good.
it.
Go ahead. My bad.
She got the nerve in court. My lawyer asked, do you consider him a friend? No, she said, was he a friend? She go, yes. Do you still consider him a friend? She go, yes. I wanted to jump up out that seat.
What type
Do,
of friend? You wouldn't call me a friend if I really took you advantage of you. You wouldn't be
right.
a, you would I wouldn't be a friend to you, and I wouldn't be still considered a friend.
Exactly.
They let everybody know in the courtroom there that he's just a person that's guilty of unfortunate events.
Having sex in the jail as a correction officer. That's what it is.
Yeah.
If you want to ask me about the trial, go ahead. I can tell you it was wild. It was wild. You know, from
I ain't want to dig too much into that, man. But
whatever.
I'm just sitting here still trying to process this situation because now I'm pissed off. Like I feel like that's fucked up how that happened to you, man. And it just goes to show that you know, the way the system is set up for us of the minorities. I'm not even gonna say black people or Mexicans or whatever, just minorities. Period. It just goes to show you, you know, as we were talking backstage, and I believe you said this all happened in the state of Missouri.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
As we were just talking backstage, I have a friend who just came home from prison, and like I said, it was just a simple, you know, couples argue. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It may get verbal, Lord forbid, but sometimes it may get physical. But that night, it didn't get physical, and all it took was for one neighbor to call and say that, you know, people in apartment 4D, they're fighting, and the cops got there. Black man, white woman, locked his ass up immediately.
It was over. State took over that case quick. They
Now,
made sure
mind you,
he wouldn't get out.
yeah, exactly, and that's exactly what the judge said. Now, mind you, the judge didn't give a fuck that she done cracked him across the head with a crowbar.
Damn.
She they didn't care about that at all. And that's why hearing your story just like really pisses me off, because I can really relate to it, because it's like the oppression, man, or the agenda that they have set out against us, man, because they make money for having us in there. They're
Yeah.
making money for having you on that list. They're making money for
Mm-hmm.
having you to go pay a probation officer or see a parole. Like, it's just so fucked up. That's the best way to say it, man. It's just so fucked up, and I really am truly sorry that even happened to you. But
But no,
would
no,
you
no, no,
say?
no, 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 no. So I'm sorry to interrupt you. I
Mhm.
had to accept this.
Mhm.
I said it earlier about the choice.
Yeah.
I had to accept that I fucked up.
Okay.
She didn't put a gun to my head. I went in there and had sex with this woman. That's where I fucked up. Now,
Mm.
did I rape her?
No.
No. Is
Mm.
the system corrupt and crooked? Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a witness. It was a lady
Mhm.
that she was talking to in the jail. Didn't know me from Adam. She told that lady, I didn't rape her. I just wanted to ruin his life. Now, how I found this out was a white dude told me. He was a correction officer with me. He came to my house and told me. They got mad at him. He ended up quitting because it got too toxic for him. It got
Yeah.
hot for him. And he ended up quitting. And we went and found this girl. Now they interviewed her
Mhm.
and they basically ran her out of town because she had a warrant. Now, luckily, again, this is how God worked. The girl that said this was friends with my lawyer assistant. And my lawyer assistant was like, oh, I know her. And when they got her. Now in court, the detective said he lost the tape that he interviewed her. So I'm like, so you just lost the tape of you interviewing this lady saying whatever she said. So when you ask me about the system and how I feel and all this stuff, y'all asking me, just you can only imagine. You can only imagine.
Most definitely, man. What would you say is your most? Because I don't look at it as But I agree with you, like you said, with the whole mistake, and you made a choice. So, what would you say is the biggest lesson that you learned from all of this?
If I had to say about a lesson I learned, it would be to see the forest instead of focusing on the trees. And my forest, see, my tree was that getting laid. I
Hmm.
mean, I couldn't come out this phase of sex, you know what I'm saying, the arrogance and whatever I had with it. But what I wasn't seeing was the forest, my
Yeah.
family, my financials, my losing my house, my losing the respect of the community, losing the job, all that. I
Hmm.
learned to look at the forest. So when I make decisions now, I think about the consequences. You know,
Gotcha.
what can I lose? You know what I'm saying? How bad this is gonna get? Not for me, because whatever happened to me is because I made that choice. But I'm thinking about my family now. So
Hmm.
if I do this, how's my family gonna suffer for it? You know, so I can't just think about myself. I think about my family now that I went through this. So that my decision making has changed, matured, if you will.
Hey, saying some powerful stuff, brother, man. Like, and
Hats off, boy. Hats off.
yeah,
Hey,
and like,
and I don't mean to cut you off, Montana, but it take a
no, go ahead,
real man.
bro.
It take a real man
To admit when he's wrong
to
or he
to
did
take
wrong.
account to take accountability, to come on a
Mm,
platform that is live and tell his truth. You know what
facts,
I'm saying? So,
facts.
and the fact that that he held the accountability all the way through. So,
Yeah.
hats off to you and everything that we do. I don't mean to go too far, Tone, but
No, you good.
everything we do is a testimony. You know what I mean? And things that happen in our life happens not even may not even just happen us for us alone, but how many men is going to be able to overcome after hearing E-Man's conversation. You know what I'm saying? And seeing that there is life after the struggle. There is life, what I'm saying, after circumstances, after the pit. You know what I'm saying? There is the ladder.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Tom.
No, you good. My last question. I gotta go wash my stanky ass. But my last question would be I'm a father of three. I'm raising three boys. So my youngest, well, not my youngest, but my oldest is headed to middle school this year, and it's time to have that birds and the bees talk with him. So
Hmm.
what advice, if you have any, would you give the young men out here in this world when it comes to thinking with the little head and not the big one? Do you have any
Well,
advice for?
if we being real, you can warn a child. You just
Hmm.
gotta continue to tell them. You give them the birds and bees. You tell them, the consequences. You got to tell them about STDs. I know they don't want to hear it or they won't understand it. You just got to keep reiterating. When I seen my girls with dudes, when they, I tell them, you know, keep your virginity. I can't tell you this, that, and the third. I'm telling you, if the dude get it, once he get it, that's all he want. Now, on the flip
Yep.
side for a boy, you know, you out here having sex and you slip up, then you're gonna have to become a man. So you better be careful. You don't need to be out there doing it right now. I tell men or the young boys, I say, listen, you young man. I get it when they become teenagers, it's gonna be hard to tell, but you tell them, especially if they got something going. Focus
Yeah.
on your career, getting your money, and this, that, and third. Set yourself up for success in case you mess up and get somebody pregnant. Always protect yourself. Like I say, as a young man, I don't know, you talking 10, 15 or whatever.
Hmm.
You gotta stay in their ear about it. Keep them preoccupied. Watch where they're going, who they're with. Because you can tell them all these things. He take heed, but he still got to go out there in the society. And if he the type of man, growing man, that is easily influenced,
Yeah.
then you gotta step in there and hey son, don't be your own person, be a leader, not a follower. I know it might seem like you're not the cool kid now, but all the cool kids work for the nerds and the geeks. you know
They
my
do.
son's a nerd and a geek, thank God. He autistic, but he's a nerd and a geek, and
Hmm.
he's doing coding. So, and
Hmm.
I tell him all the time, keep doing your thing. All these people that didn't want to talk to you and this, that, and the third, and thought you was a not cool.
Yeah.
Them same cool kids, and I'm not saying all of them. Most of them, or some of them, gonna come knocking on your door for a job.
That's a
So you
fact,
just gotta
dog.
help him keep. You gotta help him keep focused. Keep him in whatever. If it's academics, keep him in his academics, studying hard. A girl gonna creep in there that he like. You just gotta monitor. You know.
Of
You
course.
know how it
Of
was. You
course.
was young. You was sneaky. It's
Yep.
gonna happen. It's
Yeah.
gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Shoot.
Yeah, you're right about that, man. Well, I thank you for coming on today
Thank you,
and
brother.
being like Mr. said, man, being able to speak your side of the story, tell your truth. And one of the most things that I really picked up from everything that you said, man, is the I want to say this correctly. Y'all help me if I don't say it right, but the remorsefulness.
Yes, you said that right.
you know what I'm saying? I can hear it, bro. Like, you know, I mean, I don't know your age, but I'm pretty sure we're pretty close in age. But
43.
yeah, you got me about 7 years, so we kind of like the same.
I
Kind of like
appreciate it.
we got the same generation. So it's like, you know, just hearing that remorsefulness, man, because you know a lot of us that we grew up with, you know, they make mistakes and they don't take accountability. Again, like Mister just said, they don't take accountability, or they, you know, I didn't do it. F that, F
Mhm.
that. But you know what I'm saying? You manned up to it. I did it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't rape her. You know what I'm saying? But I chose to make the sexual act, which I knew
Right.
was wrong. I shouldn't have did it. You know what I'm saying? And you accepted what came with it. You know, you took it on head first, and I think that's very commendable. And I think for the men or women, anybody hell that's watching this episode, they'll be able to pick up the fact of no matter what life throws at you,
Yeah.
you got to be able to stand tall, chin up, chest out, and face it head on.
Yes.
And I
I know
salute
you
you for
got to
that.
go, but I'm gonna say
Mhm.
this one thing. You know, it's kind of going back to something. When all that happened,
Mhm.
everybody turned on me. Everybody left me. Religious people, who I
Yeah.
call my brothers and sisters, turned on me. Friends, everybody. I had to go through that of losing. I had to literally cut people off because of how they felt, you know, and what they thought of me,
Yeah.
you know. And even the people that I didn't cut off, just moseyed out of my life. So
Yeah.
now my circle is even shorter. It's shorter. I don't when if you hear me call somebody a friend, that's a friend. I might say I
Gotcha.
know somebody, I work with them, but I don't throw that word friend around. Nope, nope, not anymore.
Gotcha, man. Again, I appreciate you coming on and
Thank
speaking with us, man. To my fellow co-hosts, man, y'all hold it down. But I'm out to go get my nasty stanky ass. It was 92 degrees in Florida this morning at 7 o'clock. I'm about to go wash.
you. You
But
do that, bro.
I'll definitely be backstage. I'll be listening to the rest of the show. Kudos to y'all, man. Mister, go ahead and take it over, brother.
All right, brother. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you.
Have a good one.
All right.
I.e.
Mhm.
So, bro, being that that situation happened at work, um, how did that experience change your perspective on life and work itself?
I'm gonna tell you what I do. Anytime I talk to somebody, it's through text now. I
Gotta have that receipt.
got to. Because I've had people come along after and say things,
Yeah.
and I just whip out my phone. That's what was said.
Right.
Time stamped and everything. Like they say, if it ain't in black and white, it didn't happen.
Right. Right.
Now I I go to work. I've lightened up a little bit now. I can joke and play at work where I'm at now. But before that, nope. If a
Right.
woman came to me and said she got raped, which I've had happen, I don't believe you. I would tell people I don't believe a woman if she say she got raped. I got to see the evidence first. And I have people, what if it was your daughters? Listen, if it was my daughters, I gotta still see the evidence and receipts because women lie. She's still a
Yeah.
woman. I love my babies to death. But listen, when I went through, I could never trust a woman face value. All the R. Kelly, the Diddy trials, all that. I'm not saying they innocent, but I'm saying I gotta see the evidence. I
Yeah.
gotta see it, and that's how I view life now.
Yeah.
When you go through something like this, man, the news, whew, I don't believe reporters because what they said about me was crazy. Now, mind you, they had to drop the rape charge.
Right.
Everybody was screaming rape, 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 rape. So it basically ended up being sex with an inmate in public place. How many people came back
He said
and denounced
apologize for the rape. Right.
it? Nobody. Nobody. They didn't correct they reports. None of that. None of that. I had to read these comments. That's one thing I shouldn't have never done. I went and I read the comments. it was some dark shit.
Yeah.
That shit just made me feel even smaller.
Because people are evil, bro.
Bro, I didn't even want to go outside. I didn't go outside for days, for months,
Right.
until I got a job. And it was straight to work, straight back. Straight to work, straight back. I didn't I wasn't going grocery shopping, none of that. And I would run into people, you know what I'm saying, whatever. So I had a dude who, again, this was a guy that was my friend. I used to play ball at the place, and he knew what happened. So he asked me, how's work? And I looked at him, and I was like, man, you know. And he laughed. Same dude that came to me when his wife was cheating with the pastor. And I consoled him.
Shit.
Words of wisdom. He don't like church because his wife got with a pastor, was cheating on him with a pastor. You know, I didn't laugh at him. I didn't go behind his back talking about him. I was there for him.
Right.
But the moment something happened to me, it was all funny. You know. So how I look at life, I don't fuck with people. Friends, I don't need no new friends. That's how I look at it. You know, if I meet people, and if you genuine, then we can be friends. But I gotta feel you out. And there's no offense to nobody. It's just what I went through. That's my mindset. You know, I just, it's hard for me to trust people now. So that's where my life is at right now with people. And I don't know how long that's gonna take. Shit.
Nah, man, that's reasonable. That's reasonable. And so I'm only gonna say this so I can try to make a point to what I'm finna say.
Okay.
So my mom's an author, and she wrote a book. She called Cancer, and
Sorry to hear that.
and so she wrote a book called COVID saved my life, because when she caught COVID, that's how they found the cancer. Okay, so would you say that this situation kind of saved your life, because like it changed your perspective and it kind of moved certain people out of your life, and now the people that are there now are the people that's meant to be, you know what I mean? And kind of got all the distractions away, and got you out of your own way, because sometimes we are our biggest enemy. You know. Yeah.
So not only what you just said, like I said, being a police officer was something like a job. I was chasing money.
Yeah.
Once I started seeing stuff and they would show us stuff, I got scared. And if you're a scared cop, you don't need to be a cop.
Say so.
I said this prayer, and I was just talking to my little brother 2 days ago about this. I said this prayer, and that's why you gotta be careful what you pray for.
Yes, sir.
I said, Lord, if it's not for me, please get me out of here, because I'm scared. I didn't want to really be a cop. Right. He got me out of there. He moved out the way. He moved out. He
said, look, you ain't gotta worry about that opportunity no more.
Don't worry about it. I get you out of there. But you gotta be careful what you pray for. And I'm sorry, what was your question again? Oh, did it change my life or whatever?
Yeah.
It did. You know, it moved people out of the way. I had a friend who was really like my brother, stayed with me. I mean, dude, I loved him. I still love him. But I had to get away from him.
Yeah.
Cause when this happened, he laughed at me. One.
Yeah.
Two, he always showed me who he was, but you know, naive and whatnot. And so he was causing a problem between me and my wife throughout the situation. So he liked my wife. He told me that himself when we and my wife were just dating. So I felt, you know, that's what he was getting at. So I had to stop talking. I just literally just cut him off, stop talking to him. It ain't no beef. It wasn't no beef. I had to cut him off.
Yourself. Yeah.
You know. Absolutely. Now, I learned the situation taught me a lot, man. Yeah. So much. I was in my own way. Like I say, I was fit, getting this money, had money to blow. I mean, you would thought I was a drug dealer, the money I was sitting on. Yeah. I was sitting on money. Was saving money for my daughters. Man, it was just coming out my ass. But
yeah,
I had to get out my own way.
yeah.
That was me getting out my way. I had to humble myself. See, I played humble in front of people, but I wasn't really humble. I learned humility real quick.
Right.
Real quick.
Right.
So hopefully that answers your question.
Man, the hell yeah, that answers my question, brother. And look, it ain't even no wrong answer because this is all from your perspective.
Yeah.
Straight up. So looking forward, bro. So what are some of your future goals, both professionally and personal?
Well, I'll go with personal first. So my personally, I want to get back down to a certain weight, about 170, because I ballooned up to 230.
Right.
I just weighed in a day at 198.
Okay.
So I'm going down the right path.
Yeah.
So that's one thing, my health, because I got grandson right now, and I want to be here for him, man. So my health is one thing I got to work on, personally.
Yes, sir.
Also, I'm kind of decent at barbecuing. I've had people want to, buy wings and stuff from me. So I want to try and venture out to that, and lawn service. I want to do that as well. I'm trying to get out of working for someone and work for myself. That's the stuff I want to do. I want to do stuff I love or like to do and not have to be pressured. I ain't got to wake up, and go to the job. So I'm actually getting ready to, I was getting ready to quit this job because I mean, we was okay.
Yeah.
But because of what's going on now involving this lady, I might have to work.
Right. I respect that.
I can elaborate on that if you got time.
Please.
Okay,
Elaborate on that, of course.
it's happening 2019 when I got sentenced or whatever, found
Yes,
guilty.
sir.
She's basically trying to sue now, a civil suit. Yeah. So I got to get a lawyer. Yeah, that ain't cheap.
No, hell no. You already just dropped 40.
Bro, I'm halfway there.
So let me hold on. Time out. She's still able to sue civilly?
She tried to sue one time. That got thrown out. Now she's coming for a civil suit. And I'm just like, Lord, please let this lady go away. And what she's trying to sue for is basically saying they knew what I did or what I was doing, and they brushed it under the rug. And she's like I said, they threw out the rape charge. So now she's trying to bring that back up, that I violated her civil rights.
Wow.
She trying to say she called off our arrangements, before that incident happened, So here's her story on how it happened. And I want you to use your imagination. She said, I came in the cell. She laid on her back. And I put my penis in her mouth. And I made her suck it. Now, if you remember what I told you, I got in trouble for not carrying any weapons.
Yeah.
I was 145 pounds soaking wet. So then she said she was scared. She said, I pulled her pants leg off, had sex with her. She didn't scream. She didn't say nothing. It was someone in there. A few people, she could have screamed. But she said I violated her that way. I'm like, let me get this right. She laid on her back and I stuck my penis in her mouth. She would have, if she said I got on top of her face and humped it, that would have made more sense. She specifically said I stood over her and put my penis in her mouth. I said, even if I kneeled, that was impossible. I'm saying, like, what? And again, I have a witness saying she said she lied.
Right.
I'm not worried about getting found guilty. I'm worried about me having to spend money for a freaking lawyer.
Yeah.
Which I got to talk to tomorrow. So when I forgot, Marshall, that's why I forgot to get back with you, because I was dealing with lawyers.
That's all right. I never understand how a woman can say a man raped her and given oral sex. Wouldn't she just fucking bite it off and be done with it?
You know.
Bro, listen, when they say, I don't know if you ever heard it, when they say a jury, your peers are stupid. Your peers are stupid. They hear something and they'll agree or disagree with it, and it's logic.
Yeah.
Like you say, why she didn't bite it? Why she didn't scream when I'm raping her? Why? All this going on with people next in the other cell. And they asked her this. She had no answer. So,
it's because it was consensual.
Thank you. We had just had sex before she got locked up. How you cut it off? Right. She tried to say he would bring a gun with him when he come over. Yes, motherfucker. I don't trust you and your surroundings. You are a hooker, lady. You're not gonna rob me or get me robbed. Cause I was like, whoever come through that door gonna turn into a doormat. So, but yeah, now I gotta go through this civil suit with her. She's suing me, the city, and the ex captain. So
of the
police department.
Yeah.
Yep. So they gonna represent them, even though dude retired. They ain't gonna represent me. They like, no. So I'm like, it's just gonna be a three-way battle. It's gonna be everybody pointing at each other. We all pointing at each other. You did. No. It's gonna be crazy.
Hey, I got a question. With her, when she's suing you, she a prostitute. She ain't got no money for a lawyer. So is it somebody who wants to represent her, or
pro bono.
They want to represent her? Yeah.
Let me ask y'all a question. If somebody raped you, right, and you know you could sue them, how much money would you sue them for? First number came to your head. How much?
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I'm serious. Hey, high. At least.
I went 100. I went 100K. I went 100K.
Oh, I went over
that. You're a cheap date.
Yeah, hey, at least a mil for me. At least a mil. I'm aiming high. What? All right, so I know what you're getting to. So what's she trying to sue you for?
She wants 75,000. That's 25,000 per person.
Oh Lord, yeah.
I'm like,
yeah.
Like this crackhead just want money to do drugs. Cause you got to think, you're not getting the whole 75,000.
You gotta get 30% to the lawyer.
The lawyer.
A third to the lawyer.
She got to give to the therapist she's going to, and anybody else that's dealing with her.
She gets 25K. Yeah, she get at the most 25K actually.
You know how quick 25K would go?
The same week she get it.
She gonna blow it and
She
gonna die with a needle in her arm.
I figured,
but
she wants a pussy for like a week or two though.
It's crazy. When I I'm like $75,000 a lot. Now it won't be just me if let's say she win. It's 3 people, so that's 25,000 per person.
Yeah.
No. If
she wants 75 from all 3. She wants 25 from each.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, man. That don't even sound. You raped me, and I want 25,000 from you. That don't sound right. Come on.
That's drug money.
That sounds like a money grab. I mean, I'm pretty sure an attorney and a judge, DA, prosecutor, everybody understands what this is.
Dude, I gotta go to court the 18th. This going to trial now. It's gonna cost them, the city, more money for us to go to trial than what she's gonna allegedly get or what she wants.
This is crazy.
Now, mind you, this happened in what 2000? It started in 2017. Got all my
8 years
shit
later.
done in 2019. Now she come back in 2025. That's
For
6 years
college,
later.
she can't hold the job. She's still out there prostituting. Dude,
And
what
she-
the
and
hell
she-
else you want?
And she see that you done prospered in life.
Let me tell you something, bro.
People evil now. People
They
evil.
all had to see it. I bought my
People
wife
evil.
bought a Jeep, a nice little Jeep Wrangler.
Well, she gonna get hers. You know what I'm saying? You had to learn from your perspective on it, and she's gonna have her day too.
Yeah.
You know? That's
Yeah,
just the
I
way
say
works.
that, like you say, she's gotta have. We all gotta pay for, what we've done.
Right.
Some people sooner than later. Hell, mine can't quit.
Right.
Hers might be down the road. Like I say, she got a daughter. You know what I'm saying? Now, what if some God forbid somebody do rape your daughter? People won't believe you. Then you can't do that. You reap what you sow. Hell, what if somebody do rape her? Ain't nobody gonna believe that. They're gonna be like, oh, she doing it again. She trying to get money. Because if somebody raped you, you want them in prison, right? You want them locked up. Yeah. So now all this Me Too shit didn't happen, and she's seeing a lot of these people getting paid for this. Now she wants to get on the bandwagon. So
no Diddy
at all. Not me. I ain't doing the Diddy, bro. I promise you. And I'm like, I ain't got that kind of money. What you gonna do? Where you gonna get it? I'm gonna stop working. Where you gonna get this money? So the judge ordered me. Let's say he ordered me to pay, and I'm gonna say, well, what money? I'm on disability, sir. The only people can take disability is disability. So I fuck around and quit working, like, you know what I'm saying? Say whatever. I'll pay my court costs, how I pay them, and she can get blood from a turnip.
I got a question. With you being on disability, does this affect your disability?
No.
It won't.
I already got found guilty of my stuff, so that won't affect my conviction. Don't affect my disability, and this won't either, because you can't touch disability.
Yeah. Okay.
So, like I said, she got to get it some other way if I'm working. But if I'm not working, how will she get it? But I'm not speaking that as if she's not going to win. She's not.
That's what I like. Yeah. That's what I wanted to hear. Yeah. That's what I wanted to hear.
I just was looking at the other side, because I think it's hilarious. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie and say I'm not a little bit nervous, because I got to go back to this courtroom, and it's the same judge.
Nigga, I found out for you.
Yeah, this judge hates me. But again, she can't find me guilty and not the city.
Right.
So that's why I was like, they not gonna pay for my lawyer. All right, cool. We go in here, start pointing fingers, it's gonna go bad. We at least gotta be on the same page. Y'all gotta give up that evidence that y'all withheld. Y'all gotta quit pressuring my witness and tell me y'all gonna lock her up. It's a lot of things they gotta work with me. It's up, but they gotta work with me.
So you'll get charged maybe for something, but not for like 2 months.
What is a civil suit? It's just for money.
This is civil suit.
No more.
Yeah. Well, so it's a payout.
Yeah, she felt she got wronged. Like, I would have brought the papers in here and read it, but man, I ain't gonna lie, that shit.
We you gotta do all that. We gotta do all that.
It's thick. That's why I'm like, I ain't gonna do that. I'll just summarize it for you guys. You're just trying to sue me for a civil suit and trying to say I fucked up her civil rights. So it's crazy, man. It's crazy. When it rains, it pours, man. I was doing too good. I'm sitting talking about I'm finna quit my job, sit back, relax. We doing okay financially. I ain't gotta, go out here and work. My wife ain't gotta work. I was like, I'll pick up some down the road or whatever. I'm gonna take a break. Then this happens. I'm like, oh my God.
Hey, well, does she look good at least?
I'm gonna be real with you, bro. Nah,
I said, I'm gonna be real with you, bro.
I fucked down.
What?
I fucked down, bro.
Mm.
It just being horny,
Yeah,
just being
Mhm.
horny,
yeah.
you know. And when most of the time when men cheat on their spouse or their wife, it's with a chick that don't look better.
Right.
It's just somebody who's
Yeah.
convenient.
It's convenient. That's all it is.
Yeah, but
all
nah,
it is.
she didn't look good, man. I was embarrassed. I was like, damn. Everybody got to see what she.
And now they said it's in public records. Yeah, what the fuck?
Hey, E,
Oh.
let me ask you, when you went through that, bro, was it hard for you to find work after that?
No,
Okay, so
I went and got a warehouse job,
Oh, okay.
but I was always a person that worked regardless back, even if I do work on the table. But it was hard. I had a job quick and easy. My wife actually got me the job working for UPS. You know, now I'm a supervisor. I sit at a table. I mean, I sit at a desk and I do a lot of typing. It ain't hard work. I just don't like my supervisors. They, you know, that's nothing. I ain't gonna get into that. I said I'm giving this shit up, man. Yeah, you know, it's just.
I can relate. I feel it.
She got me the job, man. My wife is a soldier, man. Look, she did so much for me, man. It's crazy. I don't know why this woman still me. Hell, I'd have left me in that motherfucker. You know, they embarrassed.
It's because she believes in you. That's why.
Yeah. And because you're a good man, you just made a bad mistake. You just made a bad choice.
Yeah.
I don't like to look at myself as a good man because that, you know, I still haven't forgave myself.
Listen, but we're not defined by the things that we do, bro. Listen, all right. Let me give you this one. If you told a lie, are you a liar or you told a lie?
I would say I'm a liar because I lied.
I think it's both.
One time?
It's both.
It's both?
Yeah.
I don't think. Listen. Okay. Hold on.
You're a liar.
So let me change it this way.
Right.
So you cook one time, you a chef?
No, that's a profession.
No.
But am I a cooker? A cook? Yes. Two things can be true. I'll say that. Two things can be true. If I tell a lie, I'm a liar.
Yeah.
Okay, it's kind of vague what you're getting into as far as am I a good man or a bad man? Do I honestly consider myself a bad person? No, I don't.
Right.
And again, this is me telling the truth.
Right.
People's always told me I was a good husband, I was a good father, I was a good CEO, and all this. And I hate when people, not saying you guys are doing it. I hate when people put me on those pedestals. Because getting knocked down is it's a long way down. You know, and getting back up is something crazy. But do I think I'm a good, kind person? Yeah, I do. You know, but I try not to think about it because like I say, I've learned humility. So I like to stay home. What's up, Marsh?
So you feel more like a letdown?
Yes.
That's not fair though, man. That's not fair to you, E. Because no person is without flaw.
True.
God ain't make no perfect man.
Nope.
And I tell you this, in God's eyes, he don't give a fuck if you lied or if you had sex with somebody. Both of them is still a sin to him.
Yep, they all measure the same.
They all measure the same. So it's like you can't put that too much. That's too much weight on you, brother. I don't like that perspective for you, bro.
I know. I beat myself up a lot.
Yeah.
You know, I tell people, can't nobody punish me harder than me, except God. Right.
Yeah, I understand that we all are our own worst critic. You know.
Yeah.
I'm guilty of that too. But no, I just didn't like hearing my man say that he don't feel like he a good man because he made a bad decision. To me, that's not fair for you, bro. Everything that I'm hearing from you, you can't tell me that you're not a good person, even though the situation or even the choice that you made was not the best choice for you. You know what I mean? Even your outcome, even how you handle the situation. You know how many brothers would have handled this situation poorly?
A lot.
A lot.
I can say a lot.
A lot.
Everybody, and I don't want to say it like in a arrogant way, but everybody not built for this.
No.
So I try and tell people, be careful what you're doing.
Yeah.
I used to tell people at my job, because I seen little youngsters, hitting on chicks and they didn't like. I say, listen, yeah, I say you better quit.
Yes.
I say, because the moment that little girl call rape or say something, your life is done. You're young. You got a future ahead. The college boys out there, you mess up, you're done for life. It ain't that serious. I say, mess with somebody that's gonna mess with you, and still be careful. It's almost like you got a video the time you talk to this chick to the time you get her back out your house. It might sound like you're doing some perv shit. If you have sex, you got to keep the camera going, because you never know. He raped me. Nah, y'all heard the videos.
There's a camera in the corner.
I let her know that camera was recording. Shit, you gotta have a waiver when they come in your house. As soon as you stop by the desk, you sign right here that we can have sex. Right? All right, let's get to it. It's crazy, man. But
that non-disclosure agreement. Yeah, we gotta do that.
And I really do appreciate you guys having me on here and let me tell my side of this story. Even I don't know how many people it'll reach, but whoever it reach, I hope and pray they learn from my mistakes. You don't have to always go through it to learn from it. You can learn from other people's mistakes. Yes, like if I didn't, and I'm saying mistake, but I think choices. But if you do anything else, think about it. I know we men, man, we think with that small head, but that small head can get you in some big trouble. And sitting where I'm sitting, man, I don't know how my heart's still going.
Yeah.
Like I said, I was sweating every night, stressing. I was eating like it wasn't nobody, but all I did stay in the house and eat. Didn't do nothing. I felt like I ain't had nothing to live for. And when my mom was live, oh man, that was the biggest. If I disappointed anybody, that was the biggest letdown person I disappointed. It was just bad for me, man. Yeah. I didn't know what to do, who did I can talk to. Like my mom, she didn't sugarcoat it. She told me straight up. She said, "Brian, you messed up." Brian, my middle name. She like, you messed up. You shouldn't have done that. And you're gonna get punished. She told me straight up.
Right.
Straight up, just like it is. But she was still by my side.
Right.
Hell, if my mom could have whooped me, she would have whooped me. But I wasn't at home, so.
You know what? I'm listening to you talk, E, and I think God's got something even bigger for you, brother. I think that you probably not even thinking about where God's going to take you with this. But I see in your future you being an advocate or a motivational speaker for men in this predicament, or like men that are on the register, or men transitioning from getting off the register, trying to join back into society, or men that just had this situation happen and feel like I can't live a full life now that I've been on a registry. So I think that your circumstances may have happened, but I think your outcome is going to be larger, bro.
I pray it do. And I had a little podcast I was doing. It was verbal. It wasn't a visual thing. That was another thing that helped me cope. It wasn't nobody on there. It was just me talking. Yes. And me, just speaking on stuff that was going on, and I never talked about this situation.
Yeah.
I was always scared. I didn't feel comfortable. I'm comfortable with talking about it to certain people,
Right.
Even if they're gonna judge me, it's still, hey, this is what's going on. And you kind of gotta tell certain people, because when people invite me to like school functions, I'm like, I can't go to this school, man.
Right.
I can't do that. To the park. I've been invited to like community centers. I can't go to them because they got playground.
Okay.
See, if they got anywhere there's a playground, I can't go.
Right.
I couldn't go. I was thankful. And if I leave the state, I gotta let them know.
Right.
for anything, vacations or nothing. I can't just up and leave the state. I gotta let them know. Now, mind you, have I done it?
We're not gonna say.
Hey,
We're not gonna say.
No, you haven't.
Hey, I ain't say I did. I'm just saying.
You have not done it.
Just saying.
Hey, we're live. We're live.
Hey, like I
you've
said,
never done it.
I gotta cop to it. That's the thing. I gotta cop to it. I'm just saying, if I've done it,
I don't know if you done it or not, but as far as I know, you did.
no, I ain't done it. I've been here the whole time, man. Just sitting back.
That's what I like to hear. Hey, discipline. Hey, you was in the military. That's discipline.
Yeah. You know, I went to the brig in the military too.
Oh shit.
Yeah. I went UA. Matter of fact, I was a deserter. Shit.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, quick story. They didn't let me go on leave. I had the vacation. They, it's more than that. And they pissed me off. Something going on with my mom. To get back. That damn fucking master, she was like, well, what have you done for me lately? A word? You right. I took the fuck off.
Yeah.
I was gone for like 5 months, but they fucked me. Listen, I'd rather do the time I did here.
There you go to the break. Yeah.
The brig ain't no joke, bro. That shit is slave labor. I kid you not. I had a push lawnmower. I was on a team full of people. We had push lawnmower that we had to take care of ourselves now. And we had to cut grass all day for 6 days a week. Now, mind you, we ain't cutting little yards or little big yards. We cutting fields.
With push lords, yeah.
With push lords.
And they give us this Gatorade, this big the old Gatorade bottles. Big orange.
The 5 gallons.
And they be full of ice and water. By the time you get to it, that shit's scalding and hot. So, man, they wake you up at what was it, like 5:30 in the morning? You eat breakfast, you go to work. You eating lunch by 11:30, you go back to work. You eating dinner by like 4:00, go back to work. Now,
and then you gotta go to sleep.
Stomach
after work.
Your back.
Yeah, exactly. You eat too early. Yeah, you eat too early.
And you working.
I'm used to eat,
so you just burnt all that up. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm used to eating at 7, 8. We eating at 4.
That's why I say, look, I do jail time and brig time any day. That's slave labor, man. Being out there in that sun, man. Boy, listen. If I almost cried, it was that when I got sent.
Hey, don't lie. You probably cried.
I dropped a couple tears.
Yeah, I know.
I was sick. Look, because they had me on 75 days pre-trial restriction. So I was restricted to the boat for 75 days. Now, mind, that wasn't my sentence. They just fucked with me.
Yeah.
They fucked with me. I see people going to court here and there that came after me. They like, nah, we ain't get this motherfucker court date. 75 days. Boy, I was going nuts. I was going no cut up, no nothing, just sitting on this damn ship. Finally, he had enough. Then they sent me to see the who was it, the XO, and he was pretty much cool. And he said, he asked me did I want to stay in. And people told me before you go, they're gonna ask you what you want to do, and they're gonna do the opposite. So he asked me did I want to stay. I said, yeah. And I thought he was gonna kick me out. He said, okay, I'm gonna give you 30 days in the brig. I was like, okay, shit. 30. Listen, that changed my life. I came back a stellar sailor. Whatever you want me to do, boss. I get to it right now.
Yes, sir, master.
Yes, man. Yeah, master sick, we sick. Master keeps a nice house for us. Nah, man, it's listen. I tell people my military do. I say, man, don't do that. You don't want to go to the brig, man. I know you mad. Do your time and get the fuck out. Then they bust me back down to E1 too. Boy, that was a hard time in my life right there. That was hard.
Yeah, so they dropped your rank?
Yeah.
Hell yes. I was a deserter. 5 months. Shit, they was looking for me. Man, they called me at my mama's house, told me they gonna come kick the door in. I was like, I don't care. This government housing. I didn't give a shit.
God damn.
Yeah, it was crazy, man. You know, I was young and did a bunch of stupid shit. You know, I can say that was dumb. I should have just manned up, you know, waited until I went on leave and seen my mama. She wasn't dying, but she was sick, you know, so it could have waited. If I'm being real, it could have waited.
Respect. Before we get you up out of here, you got something positive you want to leave with the people?
Yeah, I mean, as far as positive, you know, make sure you're taking care of your mental health. You know, even if you're getting out like I do, I take walks, you know. Religion is a thing, whether you believe in God, you know, or not, or whatever religion or whatever you want to be in, put some positive into you. Get positive people around you. Get people around you that will tell you no. Don't have a bunch of yes men around you or yes women. Get people around you that will help you stay in line. You know, you can't go around thinking your shit don't stink. If you say all these people don't like you, you got to look at yourself. Why don't all these people like me? What am I doing wrong? Right. You know, you can't just keep saying people don't like you or you get in trouble because they don't like you. I get you, we get in trouble sometimes, but it's a point where you gotta evaluate yourself, you know. But I always stress mental health. Mental health. Be able to go through something and literally go through it, withstand all the pressure. You know, us men, we don't talk like that. We don't sit here and we don't share our. That's the thing. If we shared our feelings, we was punks, we bitches, we was soft. But we need somebody to talk to. I get you can still be a man, take care of home, be tough, and still have feelings and emotions. You can't hold it in because that shit don't do no mildew inside you, or you explode and now you done crashed out and now you sitting behind bars or you in somebody's grave. So always take care of you. It's okay to take care of you. It's okay to talk to other men or women, whoever you need. It's okay to have a therapist. It's okay to go to counseling. Mental health is something I preach to a lot of people. People who will hear me. Now, don't get wrapped up. I tell people, if you're around somebody and you're trying to help, you can't change people. But if you're trying to help them and they change for the better, if they're not changing, then you're changing. Get away. Yeah. Get away. Yeah. You know, that's I mean, that's the as far as like positivity, that's, you know, mental health. That's all I say. Mental health. Take care of yourself.
Hey, I want to follow up on that, like what you said, like you gotta grow through, and I always say what you go through, you gotta grow through.
Yep.
And then like life is short, so like you got whatever you got tensions you got going on with anybody close to you, get over those tensions, like get over that. Grow through that, you know, because you never know. Life is short. Like, just get over that and grow through it, and then you're good with that. And then, because that mentally, that's a mental state actually.
I'm going through that right now.
All right, let's talk about that right quick. Let's keep it.
Okay.
What you mean?
I'm going through some of my sister. I forgive her, but I can't deal with her. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know, we're distant. This is somebody I looked up to. So long story short, I told you my mom passed and she did some fucked up shit. You know, she didn't honor my mom's wishes. She did a lot of funky shit. So it's hard for me to be in the same room with her or have a conversation with her because of that. So it's taking some time for me to, you know, get over it. Okay, that's just something I feel I can't just get over. You know, you did some messed up stuff, you know, or whatever, you know, and it's just been difficult for me to get through it, you know.
All right, I'm gonna end it like this. Life is short. Fix that situation with your sister, and then you grow through it. Mm-hmm. You got to grow through what you go through. So grow through it with her, and then y'all handle that. Y'all
I'm
gonna
having
be
a
all
talk with
right,
us.
bro. Yeah, y'all gonna be all right, brother. Y'all gonna be
I
all right.
appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Man,
Hey,
man.
man.
Go ahead with my go ahead,
Hey,
Marshall.
man, thank you for coming. I just wanted
Thank
to
you for
say
having
that.
Yes, sir. I was going to say the same thing, man. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your story. Thank you for your rawness. You know, that's what this space is for. This is why I wanted you on Therapeutic Thursday. This was perfect, brother. Thank
I
you.
appreciate it. Thank you guys for having
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, man. Anytime. Hey, look, bro, this is your house now, bro. Anytime you want to come back and kick it with us and just chop the shit, you know what I'm saying? This is your space for that.
So yeah, so how I was gonna ask, so how do I watch? Is it a link or something you send me or
Yes,
what?
yes. So YouTube will have this up forever. You can watch us on YouTube. Also, you can listen to it on any podcast streaming platform. Anything on your phone that you already got that you could listen to podcasts on, search Arch for Change, and you can find your episode, bro.
I want to be here live because I'm gonna ask questions.
Yeah. Anytime you want to be here live, just come on YouTube. When we go live, if you follow us, hit that bell, and every time we go live, it'll be there. And if you're on YouTube, just your comments will pop up in real time.
I appreciate it, man. Marshall, why are you smiling so much? You creeping me out.
I don't know what to do with my face.
I'm like, what is being said funny? What Marshall just keep laughing? He's dying.
I figured I'd just smile because I was like, I'm just gonna sit here and smile.
Okay, you're just a happy guy. Okay, I'm not knocking. I just thought you was losing it or something on camera. Love you, brother. I love you, man.
All right, man. Hey, man. Hey, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, BU, you got something for the people before we close out?
Nah. I closed it out with what I said to E. That's what I closed it out with.
I respect it. Marshall, what you got for the people before we close out, brother?
Thanks for having us again. Thanks for coming again, E-Man. I hope the listeners learned something. I hope the message got across. And thanks.
Yeah.
You're welcome, bro.
Yes.
5'2" with a big beard.
Hey, listeners, until next time, art enthusiasts and change makers, we go live on Monday, on Thursday, on Sunday at 9 p.m. on YouTube, on Instagram, and Facebook on Art for Change, or the official Art for Change on Instagram. So make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and comment. Tell a friend to come on in and join in. This is the place to be. If you are an artist in any spectrum of art and you want to highlight and showcase your place, this is the place to build your brand. Art for Change is it, baby. Until next time, baby, continue to Art for Change. Peace.
Peace, brother.